the power in you represents the best motivational quotes, parables, and stories to help you in life. Access to the internet is a great blessing. However, this information is fleeting and illusory. If you don't know exactly what you're looking for, if you don't save what you find and don't look for the right context, consider it a waste of time. There is no point in having access to vast amounts of data if you are not able to make sense of it. To do so, you need to think, reason, and study. I think that in today's world, the ability to do these things is gradually fading. It's impossible to measure the degree of degradation, but I'm betting that it is degradation that is happening now. Noam Chomsky. Nothing disfigures a person as terribly as patience and resignation in the present circumstances. Maxim Gorky. If unexpected changes come into your life, you can be sure that they are only for the better. Of course, it may not look like that at the time of the change itself, but if you wait for a while and keep trusting the process, you will see that it is true. Your world cares about you and chooses the best path for you. Trust it. The power is in you. Bliss is not what you think it is. It does not depend on anyone. It is the pleasure of doing something. And whether someone appreciates it or not does not matter. You were happy while you were creating. This is enough. It is more than enough. Osho. Love is not an agreement that is considered marriage. It is not a passion like a melodrama. It is not an animal instinct that many people hunt for, but a feeling of deep respect for someone else's life and a desire to decorate it with your joy and beauty. Oleg Roy. If you encounter people who stubbornly refuse to listen to the inconvenient truth and prefer sweet lies, you don't need to prove anything to them or try to convince them otherwise. These people are blind. Therefore, they are afraid to admit that in life they may not be as perfect and correct as they have painted it in their heads, because they don't take on bad and wrong roles. They don't realize the root of the problem that gave rise to the shadow side. They are in a mental illusion and prefer to be in the circle of those who support them and defend their ego. All you need to do if you want to help them wake up is to say what you feel. Be direct, and then, in case of aggression and rejection of your point of view, allow them to express themselves. You cannot run away from yourself. The sown seeds of transformation will germinate in the form of life circumstances that will sooner or later teach lessons to a person who does not want to listen to his or her soul and prefers to live in his or her own illusion. And it will be the return of a person's disrespectful attitude to his soul. Your role is to be an observer. Therefore, the main thing on your part is to let go of all expectations and trust the process, because sooner or later everything will fall into place. The power is in you. Psychological exploitation is a prohibition to be yourself. Osho. Intuition is something that is ahead of knowledge. Our brain has, without a doubt, very sensitive nerve cells, even when it is not yet accessible to logical conclusions or other mental efforts. Nikola Tesla. Making efforts and fighting against obstacles is as much a human need as a mole digging in the ground. Inactivity, born of the absolute pleasure of lasting enjoyment, would be unbearable to him. Overcoming difficulties is the true pleasure of human existence. Are these difficulties of material properties or spiritual struggles? Does winning them bring happiness? Arthur Schopenhauer. You need to be not just strong, but very powerful to influence reality. Otherwise, the harsh reality will swallow you up. The power is in you. Thought is what causes misunderstanding in relationships with people and with oneself. Thoughts are stereotypes rooted in society, either by family or by reflex reactions, inherited by a person at the DNA level in the past. When a person thinks and lives on autopilot, the thought has power over him or her and forces him or her to live on terms that are favorable to the system, but not to his or her soul. Mindfulness is being attentive to your reactions to external triggers and understanding their cause and effect relationships, living with them and allowing them to be. Awareness is the key to zeroing out thoughts in the mind because it allows a person to distinguish between the soulful and the generally accepted, between their own and someone else's. The power is in you. If difficulties and obstacles are properly understood and utilized, they can be an unexpected source of strength, according to Surya Rinpoche. Do not expect it to get easier, simpler, or better. There will always be problems. Learn to be happy right now. Otherwise, you won't make it. The power is in you. The feeling that you should have done something more reflects, in my opinion, a hidden desire to control the uncontrollable. In the end, if a person is guilty of not doing something they should have done, it only means that they are not fully able to control their time and their life. Learn to do so, because time is the most important and valuable resource that will never come back. Irwin Yalom. Gratitude is wealth, and complaining and grumbling is poverty. This golden rule applies to all aspects of life, be it health, work, relationships, or money. The more grateful you are for the money you have, even if it's not much, the richer you become. Conversely, complaining and lamenting about not having enough money makes you poorer. Rhonda Byrne. Those who simply live are open to life, accept it joyfully. They don't ask any questions, but trust it completely, and become welcome guests. Osho. Friends, there will be even more useful information that can change your life for the better in our Telegram channel, which is in the description below the video. So be sure to go and subscribe, and of course, subscribe to the channel right now and leave a comment and like it so that as many people as possible can see this video. And thank you to everyone who supports the channel financially to improve the content for you. The bank for replenishment and all the details will be in the description below the video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos.